As we celebrate Black History Month, let's embrace this moment in a meaningful way. Let's use this celebration of diversity to build bridges between us. I'm talking about all people of all colors and all ethnicities. Each one of us has our own story, one that is a mix of our culture, the neighborhoods where our stories began, our families and ancestry, and the struggles we face. They say you can't really understand what someone goes through until you walk in their shoes. But how do you do that? My challenge to you is to have a conversation with an African American or someone outside of your own circle. Ask them about their story. And during that conversation, ask if they've experienced any kind of prejudice or the sting of discrimination because of who they are, the color of their skin, who they loved, their faith, or even their last name. I guarantee it will open your eyes to something you never knew the suffering or the denial of basic rights. The simple truth is that each wave of immigrants to our country experienced prejudice in some form. In the early 1900s, Italian and Irish and Polish people were often ostracized and criticized based on the stereotypical beliefs that people had about their heritage. Some even changed their names to protect their families. For instance, the other day I had a conversation with one of my coworkers who happens to be Italian American. She learned that I grew up in Detroit and I went to Detroit Public Schools and got an excellent education, by the way. She learned that my journey took me from the firehouse to the State House. I served as firefighter, political staffer, executive director of the NAACP, lobbyist, all the way to my current position as Assistant Secretary of State. She learned that my wife and I always hesitate. We always think twice about vacationing here in Michigan. We always have to ask the question, will it be safe? Will the customer service experience be positive? She was surprised that those worries still lay very heavily on the hearts of many African Americans and that those worries are still very real and quite troubling. She went on to tell me that she too attended Detroit Public Schools when she grew up in this city. She told me that her dad changed his name from Vito to Bill to avoid the discrimination that would come with that name. She went on to say that after September 11, she too was a victim of all kinds of discrimination based on the olive color of her skin. She worked in a restaurant where people would refuse service from her, or they would say racist and hateful things. We need to have these kinds of conversations to hear people's stories so that we can understand the obstacles they face. We can't walk in each other's shoes, but understanding is a bridge, and hopefully that bridge will lead to compassion and action. If we don't understand it, we can't fix it. I hope you'll find the courage to have those conversations. This is particularly important for Black Americans whose suffering did not end with the abolition of slavery or even the Civil Rights Act. As a race, Black Americans continue to endure overt and subtle racism, but if you don't see it, feel it, hear it, it's hard to understand it. That's why we need to start bridging that understanding across races and cultures. This is how we begin to build a bridge between us. So that's my challenge to you today, right now. It's something each of us can do, easily and simply. Have that conversation and help make this world a better place. African American history is American history. Thank you.